Are wasians cool now? I don't know about y'all, but I've been seeing a lot of rep for us lately, and I have a lot of mixed thoughts about this as a mixed Korean and white person. One of my hot takes is that I think nearly no Asian is white passing if you actually know what Asians look like. White people are starting to lose all credibility in these conversations when they start to say that Lola Tung, Hudson Williams, and Alyssa Leo were white passing. So let me tell you again that there's a difference between white passing, which means looking so white to the degree that you can't pass for any other race. We're also going to acknowledge the loaded history and context this has in predominantly black communities, and the term white presenting, which means having traits that exist in proximity to whiteness. That could be lighter skin, hair, eyes, etc., and I would personally consider myself white presenting at times. I never once passed for white growing up, and the white kids in my small town made sure I always knew this with constant racist bullying. And it's really only the past few years, when I started dressing more alt, getting tattoos, dyeing my hair, that people have started to tell me that I'm white passing. I don't agree with this. As someone who has Korean facial structure, naturally dark hair, and has lived with the surname On my whole life, the reality is, most non-Asian people don't know what we look like, let alone being able to tell the difference between different Asian ethnicities. I've had white people swear on their lives that I look like Lisa Liu, Brenda Song, Jackie Chan, Kim Jong-un, Jet Li, some random Asian person I know, and my personal favorite, Olivia Rodrigo. I do not. And hot take, I think a white person calling someone white passing has nothing to gain from that interaction other than enforcing a racial power imbalance. We do benefit from our proximity to whiteness, but you are not the person to point that out as the one who always benefits from that system. And someone's appearance does not negate their cultural identity. You don't have to look Asian to be Asian, but we do need to call these conversations out for what they are, a symptom of white supremacy culture. We have this fascination with 1, needing to know the ethnicity of people who don't look like us, and 2, having to categorize or describe that in proximity to whiteness. And both of these are inherently harmful because they always assume that whiteness is the default or normal. And it's no coincidence that Wasians are becoming more popular because of this proximity to whiteness. It's very intentional. These are East Asian mixed and light-skinned people. We rarely see South Asian or mixed Malaysian identities, and that's because of colorism. And hotter take? I hate the term Wasian. I hate white people using it especially, but even Asian people using it because it feels like a way to enforce white supremacy on us. Like we hardly have any other words to describe mixed identities like we do with Wasian, and I think that's largely because people are so eager to categorize and uplift identities that are proximity to whiteness. And while mixed white Asian people have always been a part of this community in AAPI month, I do think we need to learn to take a step back from these conversations as the ones who are most privileged in this community. I think so many of us are desperate to feel belonging, not white enough to be exempt from racism, but not Asian enough to feel a part of that community either. That a lot of us take that frustration out on Asian communities for not fully accepting us. And while I completely empathize, we need to be asking ourselves, why are things this way? It is white supremacy culture that has created this divide and put us into racial binaries that hurt us all. And that's why this system should always be our real enemy. Bye, friends.